of the Boaka Unity Party government. But I think the government has crossed a dangerous red line. And we will ensure that the government will abide by the ruling of the Supreme Court. So we have come here today to chart a way forward. I want to say thank you to all the stakeholders, Sharon Mobake Molu of STAN, the various political parties, CMC, MOVE, the ALP who have been here also, and the various structures of the various political parties. The motorcycle union is here, the COP of the CDC is here. We want to thank everybody who has taken up their time to be here. You have all assembled here today to send a clear message to the government that you do not own the country. We all collectively own the country, and we ensure that you abide by the ruling of the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court determines what the law is in the Republic of Liberia. So thank you for coming.
So that's the voice of the CDC chairman, Mr. Jankan Cole, making a special remark. So folks, on TV, we are coming to you live from the ANC headquarters, where major opposition political parties, including the CDC, ANC, CMC, and other officials are here responding to the Supreme Court of Liberia's ruling. Having which is the next person.
Amanda! Aware too! Comrade, you gotta respond to the battle cry. You, yeah, comrades, on the side, yeah. Amanda! So you gotta increase your height. Stand. Oh, comrade. What violating your rationalize here? You can't rationalize? Amanda! You are the part that respond to the battle cry. Amanda! Aware too! Got to respond vehemently. Amanda! Everybody got to answer as well. Your rights have been violated. Don't be diplomatic about that. Amanda! Forward to Davis Madden Supreme Court, forward. Down for Davis Madden Supreme Court, down. Papu Divakola down. Down, Papu Divakola down. Down, Robi Osa down. Down, Yiklaho down, Trostun down. Down, not Osare down. You take it down. Amanda! Away too! What are you looking for? Amanda! The nonsense must stop, yo. Enough is enough, yo. You're not going to open, yo. I'm not going to open, yo. You be on your project at me, yo. I'm stupid, yo.
respond to the call of God. Don't laugh with it now, yo. Viva Cola, yo. Away, tú. Viva, de la viva. Viva, Chanta, Soko, viva. Viva, Oreso, viva. Viva, Chamamor, viva. Viva, viva, Amanda! Opposition plein de balancer! Opposition plein de balancer! Pour les secondes, verset comme eux. Thank you, Congress. Don't be too comfortable by sitting down. Yeah, you still stand to respond to the battle cry. Amanda! And so, in continuation of the revolutionary pilgrimage, says a pilgrimage because men have left their comfort zones to arrive at this conscious center and chat that will create a pathway for reinstitutionalizing and restoring democratic rule and order in the Republic of Liberia. And so on the basis of that, men and women who have come to make history, men and women who are part of what is construed today as Liberia's contemporary redemptive path for national liberation project. It's important that Congress pay keen attention as we give you those that are here present and seated that are willing to champion the democratic path of Liberia back to constitutional rule and order. And so as I call their names, it is incumbent upon you to give them warm revolutionary applause, to give the resounding and thunderous reminder to the system that the masses of the people are willing to champion their own destiny. And so we begin with the man who is in charge of the largest civil society movement in the Republic of Liberia, the man who is the contemporary giant of civil society activists and advocates, Comrade Adiolog, Chairman and Chief Commissar of the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day, the Chairman in representation, no other person but the preeminent Comrade Adiolog Molbake Molu Jr. You gotta do more than that, comrades. Do more than that. Thank you. When men come forth at the theater of battle, Amanda, when men come forth at the theater of battle, it becomes an obligation, not just obligation, but a revolutionary obligation. And so permit me to recognize the chairman of the Citizen Movement for Change, and president of Congress, of Movement for Economic Empowerment Representation, and also permit me, Congress, recognize the presence of the man who is the chief organizer of STRAP, ANC, the Alternative National Congress, Chairman Admiral Oreso Gu. Congress, let men of dexterity, of revolutionary and political credentials, people who have served every strata in the national governance system of our country, whether at the senatorial level, subsequently designed 7 president of the Republic of Liberia, the MPP's giant, annually, the one candidate senator emeritus, concomitant vice president emeritus. Put the hands together and recognize the chief. Secretary General Emeritus of the CDC and Chairman concomitant of the Coalition for Democratic Change, Chairman Janga Agosapo. Comrades, we have men and women here, but we do not have the latitude, the plethora of time, the cascade and cavalcade of time. We share our movement and driving to the program was important, comrades, to recognize the vice chair for administration of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Matter Congress for Democratic Change, Comrade Maminaka. In a station, Congress is important that we recognize Liberia's next president, the soon-to-be president of the Republic of Liberia a few years from now, Comrade Commissioner, His Excellency President George Manawea. Comrade, in a last, it's important to recognize a man who is the revolutionary Jefferson Tamakoji, Secretary General. Thank you. Thank you. Time is of essence. Time is of essence. But it's important that to recognize the man who is the host, not just the host, but the man who has introduced a phenomenon that he can't be doing things over and over and expect different results. Such a political phraseology is only aligned to The revolutionary next in line, while he was speaking within the arrival of the chairman of the Motorcyclist Union, Comrade John Gray. So, next in line is Movement for Economic Empowerment, MOVEE, represented by its Secretary General, Comrade Jeremiah Bay, gave a solidarity statement officially on behalf of MOVEE. Thank you so much. Welcome to the microphone.
Thank you for the opportunity. Good afternoon to all. Your Excellency, Madam Joanna Taylor, former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, various chairpersons, executives of coalition of opposition political parties present. I'm here along with the National Youth Chair, Mr. Winston Gray. Our presence is in representation of our political leader and standard bearer, His Excellency Ambassador D. Marcus Akimaya Sr. and the National Chairman, Mr. Prince D. Men. We have come to join the forces of opposition political parties and civil society movements in a general sense. Liberians who believe that the protection of the rule of law is paramount to sustaining our democracy. When the Supreme Court ruled regarding the bill of information filed by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Councillor Jonathan J. Kofa, and that his speakership, the Movement for Economic Empowerment issued a statement supported and commended the Supreme Court for such ruling. Howbeit, we were terribly saddened and troubled by the position emanating from the President of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Joseph Boakai. We believe for MOVEE that the position of President Joseph Boakai is in violation of Article 65 of the Liberian Constitution. And I would like to read Article 65 of the Liberian Constitution in this gallery. It says, the judicial power of the Republic shall be vested in the Supreme Court, and such subordinate court as the election may from time to time establish. The court shall apply both statutory and customary laws in accordance with the standard enacted by legislation. The point is, judgments of the Supreme Court shall be final and binding and shall not be subject to appeal or review by any branch of government. Nothing in the article shall prohibit administrative blah 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 blah. But the point is, when the Supreme Court rules, no other branch of government, including the executive headed by the President, shall review or do further interpretation to the Supreme Court ruling. It is clear in the ruling of the Supreme Court that a constitutional quorum makes up a simple majority of members of the House of Representatives and the legally elected Speaker. So we are taking back. When the President comes and says you go ahead to do business with a good and hard court, if he's making mention of the constitutionally recognized quorum, then we do not happen. But the point here is, we believe that that statement is pretentious, it's diabolical, and it does not fall within the ring of any action level action that will tell us that the president is accepting the result of the Supreme Court. Because the first thing the president should be doing, or the president should have done by now, is to withdraw all security details from Mr. Rachel Kuhn, who is the representative of District 11 Moscow County and not the Speaker of the House of Representatives. By the ruling of the Supreme Court, Mr. Kuhn should no longer be flying with security details and serene. The fact that the president or the executive is now withdrawing all of the security details and all other humilities in talk to the Speaker, it suggests that the president's statement last night was pretentious and deceptive. It is in that way that we have come for the movement for economic empowerment and joint forces with the rest of the opposition political parties, that enough is enough. It is time for us to rise up to ensure that adherence to the rule of law is not an option and not negotiable. It is mandatory. So on behalf of the political leader of the movement for economic power in the national territory, we want to commit the move to this drive by the coalition of opposition political parties. We will form part of whatever decision this group will derive at in process of the opposition political party, all some of the other movements. We will be part of the decision supported in defense of the Constitution and the rule of law. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, you have listened to different opposition parties making representations. And so while Comrade Pay was in flight, witnessed the arrival of one of the gladiators in the trenches of history, Comrade Sad and Abdullah Ultimate Moses Akaros Ray. And so we go back to the next speaker in line. The next speaker in line, comrades and friends, will be the man who commandeered the biggest civil movement in the country, the solidarity and trust for the new day. Stand! Okay, so fellow comrades, as we come to the microphone. Chairman of STEM, so solidarity and trust for a new day. Civil society movement is representation are here present. The chief convener will be the other president of Comrade Mola.
Advisors of this authority. Unique national platform, political parties, political leaders of different institutions, civil society actors that thought it important to converge major stakeholders on this viable platform to discuss how to prevent President Walker from reversing the democratic gains that we've made over the period and how to build a bulwark of resistance that ensures the freedom that we enjoy as a people. The precedents of democracy that was built over the period and the peace and the stability of the country will not be destroyed by a senior citizen that stays in rehab, drinking cheap wine and making stupid decisions. And I'd like to be very clear, as you always said, that STEM is not a political institution and does be one at any time. We are a civil society institution that want to work with everybody for the peace and the stability of the country. We are here because we are invited. So if you have your problems for not seeing us around you, it's your fault because you've not invited us. This is our first invitation by political leaders to come to a viable national discussion. And so we came because the peace and the stability of Liberia is everyone's business. It is not up to Mr. Walker to decide whether we have peace or we don't have peace. Peace for this country is sine qua non, and it is irreversible, no matter who is president. So the president is under a constitutional responsibility to uphold peace and stability by ensuring that the tenets of democracy are upheld at all times. It is not a choice. I am not here. We are not here to appeal to President Boakai to do the right thing. We are here to join forces with all progressive elements here and beyond to compare compliance with the mandate of the Supreme Court. That's why we're here. Because the message that must be sent out of these political revolutionary processes is that Liberia is too big and our constitution is too heavy for any man with muscles to think he can challenge it. You cannot. And these processes must not only be concluded with statements alone. Although statements are important and encouraged that they be made to demonstrate solidarity and singularity of purpose. By this point, after almost a year and a half of relentless violation of the rule of law, Mr. Walker needs to be told, unless his lawless arrogance is reversed, his government cannot be allowed to function smoothly upon the plains of constitutionality. He said yesterday that he will work with the majority black with 1.5 quorum. Let me repeat, state that. He said he will work with a quorum and the government will continue to function smoothly. Your government will not function smoothly if it has adopted a constitutional approach to issue and has trampled on the rule of law. You cannot go to work smoothly. And we the people have the right, because all power is inherent in the people. We have the right to ensure peacefully. Unless you change your tone, unless you embrace and unconditionally endorse the ruling of the Supreme Court, unless the legitimacy of the Speaker is duly recognized unconditionally, unless you stop spending money to remove a sitting Speaker unless you choose to be a rule of law president, the people have the right to ensure that you, President Walker, will not be allowed to go to work until you can change that decision you've made. The honorable and rule of law. If it is your right to oppose and undermine the High Court's ruling, it is also our right to ensure that the right thing is done. And the people have the right to insist. Because you are working for us. Mr. Walker is an employee of the people. Our taxes pay him. He is not above me. The most elevated, the highest authority of the land is not the presidency. The highest authority of the land is the people. Mr. Walker is the servant of the people. We pay him. We put gas in his vehicle. It is our money that we use to build the $1 million car that is running today. So you will work consistent with the expectation of the people, or else the people can. So President Walker has a choice to lead, or to leave. He can choose to leave, or he can choose to leave. It is his option. That is why, before I conclude, honorable organizers and presiding officers, long before his constitutional misbehavior, we are announced that there is a day of the people that has been proclaimed for July 17 to hold the polluters of the seat of governance accountable to the rule of law. So July 17 has been calendared, marked as the day of the people, where multitudes in the tens of thousands of Nigerians that believe in the rule of law, that believe that the economic hardship must come to an end. Civil servants that were unjustly dismissed for political identification to parties. Civil servants that were removed from the payroll because they identify as elements of a single political party. Liberians whose homes have been broken to the first pillars of development. Petty traders that have been beaten and brutalized every day by a violent deputy police director, supported by a recalcitrant and lawless police director. We'll be coming outside on the 17th of July in what is referenced or captioned as the Enough is Enough protest to restore sanity to governance in our country. It's already been planned. It does not mean because we are planning our protest that there cannot be other protests along the way. Hello? So I can't seize the floor for too long. But I believe President Walker, in as much as you still have the chance to revise his misplaced governance ideas, I think they are losing the ball gradually or rapidly, in fact, rapidly. They call themselves rescuers. But you can't rescue anyone if they are drowning. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Vice President, how can you rescue someone if you are drowning? So Mr. Walker himself needs to be rescued. And you have to rise up to rescue the rescuers. Anyway, right and what is just. We want to commit as a viable and vibrant civil society institution. Whatever model is developed moving forward, whatever process is developed within the compass of the rule of law, we will support it, we will stand with it, and we will not sit. We will stand until Mr. Walker's lawless, misguided, and thoughtless rebellion against the Supreme Court ruling is revived. Long live the Republic, long live the Liberian people. And I say thank you, and I wish
CDC, present chairman of
Nobody want to see us together. Nobody want to see us Let me tell you the story of my life. Let go recognize Comrade Munaf Fahad, ANC Global. Thank you all so much. That was a brief recognition of Comrade Munaf Fahad, ANC Global. As a matter of fact, the process is online and people are trooping their way here. This is the biggest competition in the country right now that's people. Yeah. So, using sound bites, that was here with Zobolo and all that stuff, make it fun. Yeah, put it in your question. Amanda! So, Craiglet take the chairman of the motorcyclist union for a very brief remark. And who paid $250,000 for a photo bag and they say, "Can I class Central Morocco?" That's already fair and got
My name is Toko Regino Gray. I'm happy to call Yellow Machine. I'm the president of Supreme Motorcycle Transport Union of Liberia. And it's a privilege being on the same platform with ourselves, our country, with the president, chief. And I'm doing my work to the former vice president of Liberia. My boss, my Molu, all parties south. These are governments in waiting. So we acknowledge that. From a press, For us, this is a day I've been set aside in my mind for a decision to be taken to rescue we the motorcyclists. Because we are already very confined in this place, in prison. This is the first government are saying I collected over 14 million taxes for motorcyclists. And now they already will say the motorcyclists take it. Right after they were taking and the first and the inspector general, every opportunity he had to talk to the press, he would tell the press that he graduated from Harvard University. But he gave police people stay before in the street, Nigerian global man, he will stay here about it. Then I go to the place, go everywhere, every day we got motorcycle and get people lives. But he graduated from Harvard, and so we are already communicating with Harvard to report that. You know, he didn't get it properly, or he told anybody need, let dog cook for. For us to buy riders, we have already started working with Chairman Malu. I was afraid that in prison you can start celebrating. And your freedom can come. I'm trying to avoid the chaos. Our motorcyclists, that police put on last on a daily basis. Our motorcyclists that is been put on last and kept on camera by police. This is time now that when the police men stay for you, people that stay even before, move to him. That was a direct instruction to him. We are just waiting for the decision from the table. There is no law. That's very clear. We want a law you will be using to restrict motorcycling and ban them for entering the street. So we want a law you will use when you can't respect the Supreme Court. So we want a law. You need to tell us where you know that other law from. Because if you can't respect the Supreme Court for us as byriders, we are waiting for the decision. I see many people talk about my children small, you're wasting your time. I see my back. I know I pay your looking. My mom told me when they walk in, they want to tell me she told us that our father told us to care my children when I die, they been dying. My mother told me that when she came back, the horse and everything concerning my father, nothing was seen. I think my children now it was small today and I told them you see people, young people, you refer to us as future generation of this country during election time. You tell them, oh, they all. But after election, then you want us to be security people. They brought a motorcycle job. They told motorcycle that job we are only allowed you to ride motorcycle. For me, you will ride back there and turn around. I want who join I will find for them, but I'm taking it for. It is good that the Bobo can say, yeah, read the Mama Steamer point, right? Other institutions. Some of y'all, like in government and private institutions, can take pay every day, one day. We don't ride motor, like every day we can take pay. Ain't that going on? I'm so sure it's basically going on. Now we can take pay, we don't ride motor. More than 4,000 motorcycles have been seized unconstitutionally by the government. You know how many families go able to die hungry? So you really interested in us to be motorcycle because while later some of you or some of the crazy people talking that you want to do nothing, you only want to ride motorcycle. The future in the school when we ride motorcycle. And you are going to prepare the future, you are not going to start riding motorcycle. And let me say that people are so. When you tell us that we won't do anything when we ride motorcycle. If I have my own way, I will gain Gaddafi from. You lost. For me, that's a clear display of the higher level of stupidity. You send your children to school, quality education. and you think that person will be out there seeing a child riding motorbike. Anybody in there say, they don't do anything, they don't ride motorbike. You better okay? And you guys say, oh, it's all for all we know, same boy, the politicians are what disappointed in coming to the show. Several disappointed in the politicians. Because they were not speaking. Because very disappointed in you people, no their respect. They were very disappointed in you. Because all of you on the table, politically, you people who are occupying political positions, government in waiting, you two need our support. Don't mind the people that are in power. And so thank you for coming on to speak and stay for us right now. And at this point, we are already dying. Stay by liberating people because we too are not for people in this country. And so, you can read that show that whatever
So that's Fulham Masakwe, Chairman of the CDC Council of Patriots.
will go any length, and the good thing about it will get all of the data. Monosaka is the most informed group of people in this country. Again, 24 hours to know your horse. And know the number of children that you get. I think when they buy a car, they come with a body, money, and you can't have more. You know you, start wasting your time. You know the school your children in, you know where you live, where your man, where your father, you know everything. So you get one away from us. And it's good that all the information of ministers of government, all of them already getting already. They're waiting for signal. That signal is around. So that can show that blood will show. The 8 meter will come back to this. Take it so much.
Thank you. That was the voice of Supreme Motorcyclist Union President. And man, giving you the disgust. Again, whenever institution will take the time to document the SSS that Chairman Danako will say, then there will be a time where the masses of the people will come back to history and ask for direction. And this is the appropriate time to so that we are disappointed. Parties of responsible movement, very organized, has taken shape on the global chairmanship of Comrade Watasu, Janga, and Boston Cole. So, Comrade, my friend, let me now to invite to the microphone the global chairman, the man who presides over the beefiest revolutionary movement in the Republic of Earth. The man who Java paying to you and someone who 10,000 was Java due payment 100,000 per sample. Why is the man blow the trumpet? What happened? Comrades, round of applause. Round of applause.
So that's the chairman of the CDC, Janka Cole. About to give his solidarity speech. The name is Samson as well. We are live on the ANC party where the opposition committee having a joint meeting of labor.
the past president of the Republic of Liberia, the Mauritius group, the basket money, the comrade, from the Yogi, the CMC, from the James Ellison Pay, of MOVEE, from the Maya Titi Swim, the chair, from the Moses Akara to pray, my own predecessor. I love the National Secretariat. I want to thank all of you for the powerful messages you have delivered here today. We have come here today to directly speak to President Bouakai. President Bouakai, you addressed the nation last evening, in which you unequivocally rejected the ruling of the Supreme Court. You indicated that you continue to work with the quorum of Richard Kuhn, an unconstitutional quorum. We have come to tell you today that you still have the opportunity to go and address the nation again, to wholeheartedly accept the ruling of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia in accordance with Article 65 of the Liberian Constitution. You still have that opportunity. So while you are getting ready to do that address, we are calling on our people in the trenches, in the communities all around the country to begin to organize, to mobilize. So on Tuesday, you'll be hearing from the people. And we call on Speaker James will not be profile to stand his ground. Remain standing, Speaker Kofa. You are supported by the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. This fight is not about Speaker Kofa as an individual. No. This fight is about preserving the democracy that we have fought for. This fight is not solely about the House of Representatives. This fight is about the very future of the fight. It's a fight for which hundreds of thousands of our compatriots have died. From 1979 to 1980, from 1985 to 1990, from 1990 to 1996, from 1990 to 2000, 2003. And we can assure President Bouakai and his team that you have got the Liberian people to contend with. So we are calling on you here now to begin to mobilize overnight, put together your water bottles, put together your sachets of water, and get ready to confront the tyranny that is working in President Bouakai. As we leave this meeting, we'll be conferring. This
begin to organize. And as will determine our next course of action where the media will not be. So we can assure you that you will hear from us from now to Tuesday. Thank you very much.
Amanda! Thank you so much, Comrade Chair. Again, we are coming to the close-up, the climax. Time is fast spent. Listen to the chairman of the coalition give him marching order. This time, Congress, we like to call the last, but the host. And after he shall make his remarks, the party, the VP, and the full bench of these gallant men and women here will be escorted, led by the chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change at the headquarters of our movement, the CDC headquarters. We've been told that some reactionary and faith colonists, gun-toting men who are parading and trying to make themselves happy, check out happy men. So we move with the chairman of the party to the headquarters of the Interminable Market Congress for Democratic Change. So that begin the process. That starts the struggle, the revolution. So permit me now to call on Comrade, the chairman of the Alternative National Congress, Chairman Horatio Gu. Put the hands together, Comrade.
Thank you very much. You know, I knew it wouldn't be difficult to find a reason to get the opposition political parties to amalgamate. And I certainly don't feel like a stranger amongst partisans of the Congress for Democratic Change. As you all know, I once led the institution before. We want to thank you all for showing up today. We are very grateful to all the political parties. I'm very proud of the chairperson of STAN as well. I remember in his early political days, I served as a mentor. and now he has grown so big. I'm a proud mentor, not so? And Mario, I'm also drinking from the fountain of knowledge from Her Excellency for a woman in this country to stand up among men and to have a voice. There are not so many. So we are very grateful that we could call upon you on a short notice and you will come to us and to hear what we say. But we want to document our path in a way because now we are trying to solve a problem, not to create one. Even though the United Party government decided to ban Gramo, because basically they just banning Gramo, not so?
Yeah.
I remember when I was growing up, sometimes when you disagree on the football field with what, and the referee decide, then you grab the ball and you bounce Grumble. You say, I won't get the ball. Papa will beg you, put the ball down, let people play.
Yeah.
Because there is no other means by which you can govern the country, only by the rule of law.
Simple.
You ask the Supreme Court, and the Constitution have given them this mandate. And we ask them to interpret. Remember when the Supreme Court came out with the first ruling? That it's not clear, it's not clear, it's not clear, it's not clear. It's clear now. You know what puzzles me is the fact that if you want something done, you go So in the next few days, on Tuesday, you certainly will hear from us. We are trying to consult with the hierarchy of the parties. As you know, this was very, very hasty. And so we want to document all of these in a proper way and then chart the course of action. Our political leaders will physically be with us in any decision we take. I said they will be on the formal. If we're going to go visit somewhere, they will physically be with us. Because we find out by doing that, all the little parties, we say thank you so much, and we're glad that you had an opportunity to deliberate. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So quick announcement. We witnessed the departure of the VP, and military remain posted under the security detail of the VP. We lead her to of the Eagle.
So, folks,
Military remain posted.
the ANC, CMC,
Remain posted.
CDC, ALP have just concluded an emergency meeting
Remain posted.
here at the
After the
headquarters
VP will
of
be the
the
chairman.
ANC on
Chairman.
the VP road. So there you have Liberia's former vice
Changa
president,
Gosoko,
Drew Howard
and Emma
Taylor,
will lead to the party
trying to
headquarters.
leave this venue here. So, hugely criticizing the there are other major political figures
from the
who came for
headquarters
this
of the
emergency meeting, but Macaulay Nelson is here.